So, 2022 was a year that sucked. It was very uncomfortable and painful for me. But ironically, it was one of the best years of my life because it offered a lot of growth and wisdom for me, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And what happened was I had back to back spiritual awakenings, or what I call now spiritual rememberings, in that I remembered who I was at my core. I basically decided to drop all baggage or beliefs that were making me feel heavy. And with that, everything in my universe started to break. Relationships fell apart, people left, new people came in. I had to heal from a number of body illnesses. And even stuff in the house started to break and had to be replaced. It was very exhausting. I spent most of the year just being alone in meditation and trying not to resist the fear and instability that comes with growth and change, and to just be and accept it and free fall in trust in God and myself. So I drew myself falling in this picture and trying to trust what's to come. Victor is doing well. He finished up a good season of bowling last year and enjoys spending his free time practicing at different bowling alleys and perfecting his game. He has an average of 215 and is adjusting to more difficult patterns. I don't know what that means. But you may have seen his bowling videos on Facebook and Instagram because there's a lot. So much that he's now a paid content creator. So that's another thing he does. He's on 2 different leagues now. One of them is a pro level team where he acts as a sub and free agent. So he's bound to get a permanent spot soon, I'm sure. And I'll tell you about that next year. So Annie has become an even better illustrator and animator. And she has been spending most of her time drawing more and developing her techniques and being inspired by other artists she finds online, especially on YouTube. And she recently broke an expensive table, and as a way of paying back the person who it belonged to, she is launching an online sticker store to pay it back. And this might be a blessing in disguise because she is starting her art career and she doesn't even know it. Hopefully by the time her friends are graduating from college, she'll have her own house with a pool house that I can live in, right, Annie? Favorite daughter of all time? Aside from this, Annie is now the proud parent of the newest member of the family, a tiny fish with no name. This fish is a magical fish that was actually conceived in her hair. But I'll tell you the rest of the story later. Dun dun dun! Luke's year was similar to mine in that we both experienced a lot of pain, but his was more physical. He lost a couple of teeth, got a handful of shots, had a trip to the ER after falling from a pull-up bar and landing on his eye, and 2 weeks of the flu during the fall with almost non-stop throat pain. It was all very hard to watch, and as a result, he grew more brave and now takes on the world with a lot more self-confidence in himself. In other news, it was Luke's first time with human beings after 2 years of virtual school in kindergarten and first grade. He has now made a bunch of new friends during his summer camps and his new second grade class, which he was really afraid of, going into the real world and making real friends outside the computer. He's come a long way, so good job, Luke. And last but not least is Jeff. Jeff is 5 now, and he wanted me to draw him on a dolphin to tell you all that his favorite memory from 2022 was when we went to Jamaica and swam with dolphins. It was his first time seeing a dolphin up close, let alone riding on one, and he wasn't even afraid. The dolphin instructor let him ride on the dolphin's back in a circle. I was afraid he'd fall off, but he didn't. He was smiling and laughing the whole time. In other news, Jeff also started kindergarten and is learning how to behave inside of the classroom. I'm just going to say that Jeff has a very patient and loving teacher who tells me all the time that he has a lot of energy and he loves to talk, to put it nicely. We all noticed Jeff was falling a little behind in his speech for a kid his age, and she helped us get him into speech therapy during school. I'm feeling confident that a more articulate Jeff will emerge by next fall. So the kids are now attending the same school, leaving me all alone with no one to take care of for the first time in 10 years. I'm spending this time enjoying some necessary self-care, packing up all the old baby gear for charity, catching up with my creative side, and planning out my next career. Oh, and happy Lunar New Year. As you probably heard, it's the year of the Blackwater Rabbit, which promises to restore peace and harmony after the tumultuous year of the tiger. Well, that sounds good to my ears. Happy 2023, everyone.